What's going on, guys? I'm going to talk about a huge opportunity. Influencer marketing, but not normal influencer marketing. Micro influencer marketing. Local micro influencer marketing. And this is like something that's super huge to me. And more I've been seeing this going, wow, why are businesses not taking advantage of this? Because it's massive and nobody's doing it. And in many cases, it's free, which is the craziest part. If you don't know what it is, influencer marketing is when you, or typically brands or companies, will pay somebody with a decent following. It doesn't really matter where that following was traditionally. They could have a blog, social media, an email list, a TV show, whatever. And brands would pay them to get their content out or do a sponsored thing or wear their shoes or whatever. Micro influencers are the same concept, except they're a lot smaller. So instead of having 1 million followers or 500,000 followers, maybe they have 2,000 followers, maybe they have 3,000 followers. And you might think, well, then why would I even bother going for them? Why not go big or go home? One, cost, but two, even if you have the money. I had this conversation with somebody the other day, and they were looking at spending something like $50,000 on an influencer campaign. And they said, why not just get, we know this one girl, she's 1 million followers, huge account, whatever. Why not just dump it all on her? And I said, you're better off taking that, if you have that, and splitting that instead of with that one girl. Split it across 30 or 40 micro influencers that are super into your niche, that are in your target demographic. Split it between them. And they go, why? Wouldn't it make more sense to hit the bigger one shot? It's easier. No. Those bigger influencers, there's a few problems with them. They still work, and I'm really just giving this advice for local businesses, but I'm just trying to illustrate a point. They still work, but their audience is way bigger, and because the way algorithms work now, especially on Instagram and on Facebook and all that, their whole audience, they have 1 million followers, their whole audience is not seeing those posts. So depending on how that particular influencer has built their presence and how they've been posting, it's going to range. So if they have 1 million followers, 100,000 people might see it, 10,000 people might see it, 1,000 people might see it if it was really bad. But that's the reality. And the other problem is, even the users with engaged following that still have a pretty good rate, those influencers are pitched by brands all the time. So they have like non-stop ads, product placement. They're always pushing deals. They're always pushing things. And to a degree, I feel like those audiences have become desensitized. It's not the same connection at scale. It's more like, okay, yeah, this person's cool. We all follow her or him. But that's just another product ad, another product placement. There's no real connection. Think of it this way, when your personal friend or family member posts a recommendation, you take that recommendation in a whole different way. You look at that and it's like, Mary from down the street, my neighbor, she just recommended this really cool gadget. I absolutely need it. You don't think she's posting it as an ad. You don't assume it's sponsored content. You don't assume it's placed content. You're just like, oh, that's my friend recommending something. So in many ways, these micro influencers have that same effect. It's the same effect as if when someone sees a friend post something. That's what happens when a micro influencer posts things. Because their audience is so much smaller, it's not oversaturated, there's not a ton of ads, if any at all ever, no product placements, any of that stuff, it's not there. So there's a good chance that if you can, as a local business, reach out to these local influencers, you can get different sorts of product placement or advertisements or marketing campaigns done through them for little to no cost. And you reach an audience of 1,000, 2,000 people, maybe 300 people see it, maybe 100 people engage with it. But of that 100 people, that's a good chance that's that person's close friends and family that actually believe in what they're being recommended. And that's going to impact way bigger than hitting, some mass giant influencer. So my proposal to local businesses is you start thinking about, in your area, wherever you live, I'm just north of Toronto here in Barrie, so whether you're up here in Barrie or you're down in Toronto or you're in New York or you're in LA or you're wherever you are, maybe you're in the UK or around London, find local influencers that fit with your business. If you sell clothing, you sell fitness clothing, find some athletic influencers. How do you do that? Pretty simple. Go on Instagram where you can search for hashtags and all that. Search your region, places, and you'll see all the pictures that have been tagged to your region. So if it's Toronto, you see all the pictures tagged to Toronto. There's a section to that says top posts. Usually that's people reaching a lot of people with their posts. Take a peek at that, see if any of those people fit the micro influencer category, and reach out to them one-to-one and make them an offer. I'll talk about what you can offer them in a second. Another option is there's apps like BuzzSumo, which you can literally just search topics and it'll pull up influencers by different categories. So you could say, for example, I'm Canadian, so I could say just people who are in Canada who have an Instagram and a Twitter and who are posting this niche, and it'll pull up all those people and rank them in different ways, and you can see all kinds of stats, and you can easily put them in a list and reach out to them. That's basically how you're finding them. There's a bunch of other ways we use about a dozen other ways I can't go into right now, but if you need help, just message me or something and I can let you know how we do it. But once you do reach out to them, it's kind of important to what campaigns can you run. So what do they do? You're thinking, well, I don't have a product, like maybe I'm a dealership or something like that, and I'm not just going to give them a car and have them post on Instagram for the day, which isn't a terrible idea, but you're not going to do that. Or maybe you're a service, maybe you're a consultant. How do I product place my consulting service? You're thinking too narrowly. So one way to think about it is, why not make friends with these influencers? Why not reach out to them as a friend and see how you can actually work together in a more organic, ongoing way? So if you're a dealership, instead of thinking like, hey, do you want to take a Civic for the day and take a picture in your driveway and then bring it back? Think more like, hey, we got these 3 really cool models, and do you want to come down and shoot a vlog at the dealership, which for those who don't know is a video blog, at the dealership. And, you know, we're going to give you some food and drinks. Our sales guy, Joe, is going to hop in the car with you. You guys can go get a coffee, do like a coffee run with the vlog. Come back, try it all 3, let us know what you think. And we have a camera guy here, by the way, too. He's going to shoot, and he'll give you some footage. We can get some B-roll, behind-the-scenes stuff, all that, and we'll give it to you. And maybe you can put together a video for us or something and share that. We'd love to just have you out for the day. That's a really organic approach, and someone with 3,000-4,000 followers never been offered that before. And a lot of them, like for example, if that was a guy who you can tell likes cars and he's been posting a lot of car pictures, he'll probably bite on that, especially if he's a young guy. And he's going to come in and he's going to do that with you, and then he's going to share it, and then 300 or 400 of his close friends and family are going to see your dealership and your salespeople, and it costs you nothing. Then you scale that and you get 10 of them and you get them to come to a barbecue where they're all doing kind of a test drive and coffee run event type thing. And they're all sharing, and all of a sudden you're reaching 10,000 people and it's costing you nothing. That's some mind-blowing stuff. And it's really underutilized. Like, I don't see anybody using it. I'm only seeing the big brands use it, and local businesses are not using it, which makes no sense to me because it's free exposure, it's massive exposure, it's literally word of mouth, which we all know is the most powerful form of referral. It's word of mouth referral at scale for free. So it's more powerful than any advertisement campaign, anything like that. Definitely think about it. This has been bugging me. I want to see more businesses using it. If you don't know how to get started in it, or you can't really figure out where to go or who to contact or what the starting point is, shoot me a quick question. If I can answer it, I'll try my best to do so, whether it's a DM or an email or whatever the case is. You guys know how to get a hold of me. I'll try my best. I think it's a huge opportunity. Everyone should be trying it. Whether you're doing $1 million a year in your business or $100 million a year, it's something that you need to try. And it's one of the biggest untapped opportunities. And the moment people start figuring it out, these micro influencers will start expecting money. So do it while it's still fresh. And let me know if you need help doing it. I'm happy to help you guys out. But that's my thought for the day. Let me know what you guys think about micro-influencers. If any of you have used micro-influencers and what your experience has been. Very curious to know. So far, it's been going great. I've reached out to a lot of them. I really like kind of the dynamic. I've done some case studies on it. And it seems like there's a pretty big potential. So anyway, take that for what it is. Hopefully you guys implement something. Reach out to some influencers today or tomorrow. Give it a test run and let me know how it goes. Talk to you guys soon.